Hi and welcome. It's still here from mindsettochange.com, transition coach and intuitive tarot coaching. I felt I had to make this video today. I've had an abundance of people reach out to me for different things in life, but mainly emotions that's holding them back, not able to transition or move on. There is a big influence which is over us at the moment, and the transition in the sky is quite big too, quite powerful. We've got Saturn and we've got Virgo, we've got Pisces, we've got all kinds of things that are sort of like pulling us into our dreams, but then we've got the reality of am I worthy enough? Am I ready enough? Am I good enough? Will I be able to do all these things? So you've got a great inertia coming towards you. Now the other thing is, that is a powerful, powerful message in itself, because it's asking you, what are you holding on to? But it's also asking you what you can release. And we are creatures of habits, and we've gone into a lot of habits, and perhaps we can't release these habits. Perhaps they're not easy, perhaps they become embedded or ingrained inside of us, which mostly it does happen because we don't get to the age that we are now and not have this. And sometimes we feel this is who we are. We feel that we're wired to be. But in reality, that's not really the truth. And this huge transition that's happening is almost like you are shedding a skin. If you want these transitions to happen, you've got to be the one that feels good about how it's happening inside you. And we can feel like we're in a limbo. We can feel like we're in a paradigm. We can feel like we're shifting so rapidly that we're losing identity as to who we really are. And maybe that is what's needed. There is a sadness to letting go in some ways, especially if it's been a big part of your life. But what if that part of your life wasn't serving you? What if that part of your life just wasn't giving you the happiness and the fulfillment that you really wanted? And as Tony Robbins always says, there is an art to fulfillment. It's not something that you've just got. There is an art to it. And when you progress and you achieve, that is a following, that is a process. But an art you have to work at. It's like a beautiful picture, it's like a beautiful painting. Not two people will find the beauty or the awe that perhaps you find in a painting. And that's where we are different habit creatures. We are different people in this life, and we bring to the table different things. The other big question I was asked is, how do you continue when big things are happening in your life? How do you still progress? How do you still survive? Well, you survive in this moment, this very moment in time. And that's why I've come to you really today, because I want to talk about the essence of just finding who you actually are and being happy with that. You are a DNA that is never to be copied unless you have a clone. You are unique. You are enough. You were born with such massive potential. However, the programs, the people that we have around us, the circumstances we are in, the choices that we make, the decisions that we make, all lead us to a different path. Then we have emotions, and these emotions give us memories. Every emotion that we actually have, there is a memory behind that emotion. So if you go to sadness, there is a memory that what happened and how that made you feel sad. There is a memory of what happened when that made you feel really good. There are vibrations from these memories, and those vibrations are in our very soul, they're in our core. And when something triggers that off again, that will all come back as if it was today, that it was actually happening to you. These are valuable times where you learn your strengths and abilities. You also learn your coping mechanisms. You either did or you didn't. You either do or you don't. But it doesn't mean that anything of that is wrong. And I believe that at this moment in time, with this huge transition that's going on, we are questioning so much. We are questioning perhaps why we put up with a certain circumstance in our life. Why did we enable people to treat us as they treated us? Why were we not the person seeing what everyone else could see? Well, that's because we are creatures of comfort and of acceptance, and we've got human needs. We've got a big need for certainty in our lives. We've got a big need for love and connection. We want to be significant. We want to be recognized in people's lives. And sometimes we sacrifice ourselves in order to reach this. And this is where we become lost. This is where we suddenly start to think, well, I want to move on, and I want to progress, and I want to be happy, and I want that new person in my life, and I want to move, I want to relocate, and I want to be more financially stable. All these things make perfect sense. Yes, of course, because that is the art of fulfillment, when you gain these through success. But at the end of the day, I have to tell you, it's not the other person that will make you happy. It's not the money that will make you happy. I know you're going to scoff at that, but believe me, it's not. It's not that big goal, perhaps, that you're chasing that's going to make you happy. Because once you've got it, you're going to turn around if you're not fulfilled and say, oh, here we are, this is it now. What next? The art of being fulfilled in life is all about finding the true essence of you, your core values. What are your values? What do you value in life? And are your values matching your outer story? Because we have inner stories, don't we? Where we all want things, and we all want to be something, and we all want to be significant in someone's life. We all want to be that loving person. But how do we show it on the outside? Are we always the one that's bitching and moaning? Are we always the one that's complaining? Are we always the one that's not grateful for things that we have now? These are all things you've really got to ask yourself. And this full moon influence, where we've got the Virgoan, which is detailed and tangible and drive to make it happen. But we've got Pisces, which is the higher calling, which is tapping into more meditation and more gratitude. And so we've got these huge big balances trying to make it happen, but you've got a dream that you want to happen, and then you've got a balance that is out of balance because I can't see it. It's not there. So I can't see it. I'm struggling. You remember the story of the Chinese bamboo tree where they plant it? The first year nothing happens, but they nurture it, they love it, they take care of it. The second year nothing happens, they nurture it and take care of it. It takes 5 years for this bamboo tree to start to show anything. And then when it does start to show, it actually grows 6 foot in 90 days. But imagine if they didn't nurture that tree. Imagine if they didn't bother with that tree. You've got to realize that you are a spiritual being. You're not just of this physical realm. And when we feel lost and alone, that means we're out of alignment. That means the physical side of life, the side of life that comes to us every day through media, circumstances, problems, that actually is inside when we're out of alignment. That means that's taking us away from the true tranquility of alignment with your soul, spiritual self. I'm going to draw a card here today. I've got the Soul's Journey from James Pratt. And James has got lessons cards for the Soul Journey, and I absolutely love these, and I use these with my coaching clients at the end of a tarot reading as well. And they've got messages for us. So I'm going to draw a card today, and I'm going to see what the energy around us is. I've drawn the card of abundance, and it's not really surprising. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. There is always a thread when you're on your proper aligned path. And as I was just saying then, about this physical reality, because we're spiritual beings, as long as we don't lose the alignment with the fact that there is abundance all around us that can help us, there are people we can reach out to, there are things that we can do, things that we can watch, things that we can listen to. But guard what you allow into your mind, because it's so very, very precious. Don't let that garbage fill your head all the time, because that's where you're going to come from on a daily basis. So you're not going to be fulfilled. You've got to realise that. The essence of just walking in nature and watching nature grow. Does grass have to be forced to grow? No. So on the path of finding your soul journey and being true to your soul journey, you've got to realise that you're not alone. You've got to realise that you are not just a sum of what you have on this physical realm. You are far more than that. You're an energy being. And when you tap into that and know and have that security, that groundedness, that centeredness, you're going to be okay. Whatever comes into your life, bad or good, there is a reason for it. And whoever comes into your life, bad or good, there is a reason for that as well. You either teach them or they teach you. I hope it's helped, just for me to sort of like come along and say, don't beat yourself up for what you're feeling today. If circumstances around you are very confusing, confusing is not a bad place to be. But being a defeat attitude to life, that's not a good place to be. Don't quit. Don't ever give up. No matter what the circumstances is, other people around you've been through it or other people that can help you with it. There's never a situation where you have to be alone. If you feel that you can't reach out for some help or somebody, you're actually closing yourself off and doing yourself a big injustice to the people that are around you as well. Because at the end of the day, if we don't portray this need or we don't reach out, no matter how stupid or vulnerable we actually feel, so many other things are going to be destroyed. So many other people are going to be destroyed. So if you don't do anything else today, other than perhaps make a phone call to somebody, have a good cry, or just talk to somebody who's non-judgmental, a complete stranger sometimes. That's what happens, doesn't it? We might walk into a bar or we walk into a restaurant and there's some other person sitting there and we ask, is there anyone sitting here? And they say no. You sit down and you're talking to each other. Next thing, you come out with some thing that you had inside, but it's almost like, if I give it to this person, I'm never going to see this person again. So today perhaps I'm going to release it. Or perhaps this person is the person I need to sit with, because they're going to give me that little bit of information that I so need. Whatever it is, as I keep saying, the universe has your back. People have your back. If you're shut down, or you're lonely, or you're on the verge of cracking up or breaking up, this is a time where it's going to be a big transition. Something will come from this, so that if you reach out to somebody and somebody shares something else with you or just gives you that chance to let go, it's important you do it. Very important you do it. Well, that's all I'm going to say for you today. I'm going to come back and do a few more of these because of all these people that are actually reaching out, and I'm seeing their pain, I'm feeling their anguish, I'm feeling their anxiety, but I actually know that it's a transitional time. 2016 is a really big time. This full moon is quite powerful. And if you've been working through a phase where you tried to do things and perhaps they've not come into fruition yet, that's because you need to work on yourself perhaps a little bit more. You perhaps need some time apart. You perhaps need to find out what you really want in life before you can connect with that other person, because that other person will not give you that fulfillment. You find that first, that other person will complete you. Perhaps it's a job you're looking for. Whatever it is, write down first what you don't want in life, because that will show you what you do. Take great care. I'll speak to you all again soon. It's Jill signing out. Bye for now.